Ladies and gentlemen, this is TNA Impact Wrestling Year in Review for 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who I am the mark of the masses, the Melder Plan. Big Ray here to stay to talk some TNA today here at OneWrestling.com. Now, listen, we're basically going to go over a couple of things that happened this year. I mean, let's be real. I mean, a lot of people totally said TNA was going to go under this year. TNA wasn't going to, they weren't going to have any TV in 2017. You know, Billy Corgan was going to buy the company. Dixie was going to buy the company. So many different things happened this year. TNA went through some sort of a resurgence in popularity. I mean, you had delete chants, delete chants at WWE events. You're going to have to excuse me, guys. I'm still getting over a cold, believe it or not. It's been like 2 weeks. It's unbelievable. It's like the cold from hell. But anyway, so what I want to basically talk to you guys about is, well, basically one of the most interesting years for any company. But we're talking about TNA Impact Wrestling. I mean, let's first and foremost start off with the big, what do they call it? The pink elephant in the room, the big elephant in the room, the gorilla in the room, whatever the hell kind of animal you guys desire. It could be anything. Billy Corgan versus Dixie Carter. Now, Dixie Carter brought Billy Corgan in, and TNA Impact Wrestling brought him in. You know, Billy Corgan fresh off the indies and, you know, running multiple companies, so on and so forth. Billy Corgan, you know, came in with a fresh new look, something a little edgier, a little different, you know, and I really enjoyed, you know, the stuff that Billy Corgan had put together, along with people like Matt Hardy and Dave Lagana and a bunch of other great, you know, writers for TNA. My opinion is that, you know, I really wish that Billy Corgan was actually still with the company, but that's neither here nor there. It's the past right now at this point in juncture. Now, we all know, I said we both, like, it's just me and you. I mean, it's just me and the cameraman. And again, Carl, I appreciate you. Love your mustache. You have one of the best mustaches in the business. One day I'm going to actually turn this camera around, have everybody take a look at that nice thick mustache you carry. But why do you wear the leather necklace thing with the spikes on it? I don't get that. And the leather hat. Assless chaps. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm like a village person. You're welcome. Anyway, so here's the deal. It's been one hell of a year for TNA Impact Wrestling. And, you know, the litigations had gone on back and forth between Dixie Carter and Billy Corgan. Billy Corgan, again, you know, had a big, you know, he had a big part of creative, you know, allowing people like Matt Hardy. We're going to get into that. Matt Hardy helped write the program, so on and so forth. And, man, you know, this company went from something that I had totally lost interest in, to be honest with you. You know, after the Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff regime came into Impact Wrestling, I still watched the product here and there, but I was not interested. You know, only until, you know, one day I was watching TMZ Sports, and, you know, I saw Matt Hardy with a big white streak in his hair. Like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? Looking totally crazy. And the TMZ Sports person was asking him about the CM Punk UFC fight that only lasted 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Way to go, Steph. Nice little jab. But yeah, man, you know, I don't know. I don't care. I'm sure he will be deleted. Delete. And I'm like, what is this delete thing? Which basically got me back into TNA wrestling. And as I started watching the product this year, I started saying to myself, man, this is different. This is new. This is innovative. This is something I've never seen before in the world of professional wrestling. And lo and behold, we had no idea what we were getting into. Now, just recently we had some news coming out of, now again, guys, if you listen to the Impact Rebellion with me and Ben Hameen over at WrestleZone.com, we did kind of a show like this where OKayFabe, your Impact, I'm sorry, not your Impact, but your SmackDown reporter, actually reported that there were rumors about Anthem Sports actually working alongside Jeff Jarrett, and I don't think that's actually a bad thing. Now, I know he's still running GFW, but, you know, there could be some crossover. I know there are not too many big GFW stars out there. I mean, I know my buddy Jamin Olivencia is on that roster, along with Sanjay Dutt, who actually helps him run that company. But, you know, here it's kind of a mishmash of people off the indies, so on and so forth, unsigned people, you know, people that are just about to be signed. Excuse me again, working for that company. But, you know, hey, I would love to know what you guys think. Leave your comments here below at onewrestling.com, YouTube.com/onewrestling video, or hit me up on Twitter. Follow me at Big Ray's Show. My Twitter handle is right down below. Why don't we jump into a couple of debuts in TNA that I felt, you know, were big debuts. Now, we got guys like Braxton Sutter, you know, formerly Pepper Parks, and his beautiful wife, Cherry Bomb, who is now Allie. You have Cody and his wife, Cody Rhodes, the Miracle Mike Bennett, Maria, Laurel Van Ness, Moose, Aaron Rex, the Tribunal, the Helms Dynasty, so on and so forth, Rosemary, Sienna. I mean, out of all these people, some of the people that made, I guess, the biggest impact, pun included, I would guess would probably be Rosemary, part of one of the biggest, you know, one of the, not the biggest, but one of the more cutting edge factions in wrestling today, that being the Decay. The Decay, you know, Abyss, Crazy Steve. We actually had Crazy Steve on at WrestleZone.com in an interview, and he's actually as crazy as he sounds. You know, so basically, yeah, man, we had Crazy Steve on, and Crazy Steve basically, you know, expounded upon the fact that, you know, this war isn't over. Again, we're going to get into that, but let's focus more on Rosemary, you know, who is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful woman, and she's really, really good in the ring, you know, and hey, listen, this year ended, you know, you got Rosemary, you know, taking the TNA Knockouts title from Jade, and we're going to get into Gail Kim. Again, there's a lot to get into here, guys. I'm going to try to run through this in about 20 minutes. But, you know, you have people like the Miracle Mike Bennett and his wife, Maria Kanellis, who Maria is, you know, again, also very beautiful, very talented. You know, not the best in ring, but God, my God, she played a pivotal role in the Knockouts division, you know, also getting into with the beautiful Allie, who apparently can't wrestle, and she'll be, you know, who knows, maybe she's going to fall in love with Braxton Sutter. Let's see if that actually happens. But, and, you know, something a little more disappointing, you know, you had Cody Rhodes, who came into the company, and I knew coming in that Cody Rhodes wasn't going to sign a full-time deal with TNA Wrestling, but, you know, I would have liked to have seen him sign a full-time deal. I think, in my opinion, that Cody Rhodes basically is unfortunately using TNA and other platforms to kind of further his position as somebody who doesn't kind of need the WWE, maybe kind of working towards the fact that maybe the WWE one day would need him. And I think Cody Rhodes should have been a champion a long time ago. Again, that's my opinion. I would love to know what you guys think. But, you know, we have, you know, his wife, you know, who comes into the ring, and she's just green as a banana hanging off a tree. And I'm not talking about a yellow banana. I'm talking about like a green plantain. I mean, she was absolutely, in my opinion, horrible. I just couldn't fathom why they would actually put her in the ring. And then you put her in the ring versus Sienna, who made her debut this year. And Sienna is going to be a player. I am going to predict that before the end of March, Sienna will hold the TNA Knockouts Championship. Again, I'm recording 12/29/2016, 2 days before New Year's. And again, Happy New Year's to all you people out there, ladies and gentlemen, that are celebrating. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be really interesting to see where this knockout division is going to be moving forward. You know, you have Jade, who was handed down the torch from Gail Kim. Who knows if Gail Kim is going to be retiring? Is Maria Kanellis going to be in the ring more often? I mean, again, you have Laurel Van Ness, absolutely beautiful, stunning even, and she has kind of like that Charlotte Flair quality about her that just really, you know, it draws the eye to her. And I think she's also going to be a contender down the road. Maybe she'll turn on Maria after some time. Braxton Sutter, Pepper Parks, again, getting some time on TV. I think he's going to be a major player coming down, you know, moving down the line, maybe in that Grand Championship, you know, division or whatever they call it. And then we have Aaron Rex, which was a major disappointment. Aaron Rex, formerly, you know, from the WWE, coming in, and, you know, this guy came in, you know, off of major, like, you know, people were just crazy over Damian Sandow in the WWE. He came in more of a straight-laced babyface, and I would argue with Ben Hameen, telling him, man, listen, man, this guy needs to be a bad guy, he needs to be snarky, he needs to be a smartass, he needs to be the intellectual savior of the masses, which is the way he is going. They did slap that Grand Championship on him, but then he lost it to Moose, who made his debut in TNA. What do you guys think about Moose? That's a big boy, and the guy can move. I know he's still a little. I mean, listen, the guy has leaps and bounds better than what he was when he started over in Ring of Honor and on the indie circuit. I mean, the guy has gotten really, really good. You know, he does speak. He does have. I don't know if you guys noticed this, and again, this is no disrespect towards Moose. He does have a little bit of a lisp. I guess you would call it a speech impediment, but I mean, the guy comes across. I mean, I ain't gonna tell him that he has any problems talking. This is a big boy who has a very deep bass to his voice. You know, whenever he talks in the mic, you know, you take him serious because again, this is a big 6'6", 6'7", whatever he is, 300-pound monster. The only thing is, I wish that he would kind of let go of that whole NFL gimmick. Nobody cares that Moose used to play football in the NFL. This isn't football. You're not wearing pads. You're not wearing a helmet. You are in the ring. They are two totally different worlds. Go back to WrestleMania 2 and see how good the refrigerator William Perry did in that over-the-top battle royal. I'm going way back. But listen, man, again, you know, you had tag teams like the Helms Dynasty and the Tribunal. The two Frenchmen, you know, hey, those guys are badass, and I think they will also be a major fixture in the TNA tag team division. And I do think that the tag team division is going to start to redevelop into something a little more than what it's been in 2016. At one point, TNA had the best tag team division in professional wrestling, period. You know, you had Kaz and Daniels, you know, I mean, the best tag team in the business. I mean, those guys were fantastic. You had the Dudley Boys, you had the Hardys, you had just the Wolves. I mean, the Wolves, hey, hey, listen, man, the Wolves may be reuniting as sooner than you think, guys. You know, there's a certain tag team partner that's getting better every single day. Look to see his debut very early in 2017. But, you know, guys, again, like in the Helms Dynasty, you know, really did put forth an amazing, you know, effort this year. And then you had debuts of people that had been there before, like the DCC with Cowboy James Storm Bram and Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston coming fresh off the indie scene. And Eddie Kingston, very, very, very popular on the independent circuit, guys. If you don't know who he is, you know, do your research, guys. Go to YouTube. Take a look at some of his matches. The guy's put forth a lot of good stuff. And again, your goodbyes of the year. I mean, we said goodbye to Bobby Roode. We said goodbye to Eric Young. We said goodbye to Billy Corgan, unfortunately. But two very, very important goodbyes. Now, I'm going to touch base on Gail Kim really for right now because I really don't know how long Gail Kim is she retiring. We don't know. We absolutely do not know if she is retiring this year. It's a possibility she's retiring this year. She may not have to wrestle a day in her life again. I mean, she is married to a very wealthy, very, very popular chef. As I get a phone call, I'll be right back. Sorry. Hello.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, I'm back, and believe it or not, I just got a phone call from Bill Apter, and we were just, you know, chit-chatting a little bit, and he wanted me to wish all of you a very happy new year. He had no idea I was actually doing this year in review right now, but it's kind of cool. You know, Bill Apter gives me a call, and perfect timing. So, Bill Apter, again, you know, want you guys to, oh, and he had a question for you guys. The question was, is wrestling fixed? I didn't know it was broken, ladies and gentlemen. Again, guys, you can go and pick up Bill Apter's book, guys. Go to Amazon, get it digital, get it hard. I got my hardcover right over here, man, signed by Bill Apter, guys. You can reach out to him. You shoot him an email. He'll actually sign it for you. You know, hit him up on Twitter. He'll be able to sign a little something for you, man. Send it to you guys. That'll be really awesome, guys. It's a piece of wrestling history. Bill Apter is, of course, an icon in the world of professional wrestling. But let me move on. I was talking about Gail Kim being married to an amazing man in Chef Irvine. So, you know, again, I don't know if she's leaving, but Gail Kim, if you are leaving, if this is your final year in TNA Impact Wrestling, I just wanted to wish you an adieu. Kudos. I mean, the best of the best, one of the best. But you know what? I'm not even going to say best women wrestlers, just one of the best wrestlers of all time. You know, Gail Kim, you did it your way. Now, let's jump into a guy that's a Hall of Fame in the WWE and a Hall of Fame in TNA. I mean, you could go both ways. We're talking about Kurt Angle. Oh, it's real. It's damn real. Or you can say it's true. It's damn true. Kurt Angle came over to TNA almost a decade ago, guys. Think about it. It's a long time. Do you remember that grainy video when people just really kind of started using YouTube and shooting on their phones? And, you know, Kurt Angle came in and basically revolutionized TNA, man. I mean, this guy was the biggest signing in TNA history, putting great match after great match after great match. I mean, he worked straight through the Hulk Hogan regime. And again, excuse me, guys, because I do have that cold, still recovering. Man, Kurt Angle was put in the TNA Hall of Fame, along with Gail Kim, who was put in the Hall of Fame this year. Who knows? Listen, the fact of the matter is, I know this is a TNA year in review, but I have a pretty good idea that maybe we may be seeing Kurt Angle, let's just say early, maybe sometime January 2017, in a ring again, in a major organization that's not TNA, in some type of battle royal. But anyway, that would be amazing. But, you know, moving forward, guys, again, Kurt Angle, huge goodbye. I mean, listen, guys, you know what I would love you to do? If you can, guys, you know, go to the comment section and leave some of your favorite debuts, some of your favorite goodbyes. And if you're saying goodbye, guys, you know, because believe it or not, you know, people from TNA do watch these videos. They do review what we do here. You know, the photos and the logos that we use are courtesy of TNA Impact Wrestling. We have a great relationship with them. You know, who knows, you know, what other things are going to develop down the line this year. But leave your comments here below. People do listen, people do watch, people do read. So say your goodbyes, leave your memories about Gail Kim and Kurt Angle being in TNA Impact Wrestling. And listen, guys, if you want to say goodbye to Billy Corgan, que sera, sera. Anyway, let's go to the world title picture, man. And this was a year where the title, the year started off with EC3, who in 2015 filed an injunction, you know, it was part of a storyline, but, you know, the title was vacated. But he did win the title. I believe it was in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and then he would lose it to Matt Hardy, who would then lose it the very same night to Drew Galloway, who cashed in, I guess, you know, his briefcase. Drew Galloway picked it up, but this is the big one. Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, in my opinion, is, and I know I'm going to get killed for this. People are going to say broken Matt Hardy. No, Bobby Lashley was the man. I'm going to get into that this year. Bobby Lashley held every single major title except for the TNA tag team titles, and honestly, I think he could have did it by himself. I mean, he is a true monster. Bobby Lashley is 2-0 this year in Bellator. I mean, this is not like, you know, Bob's backyard, you know, bare knuckle boxing. You know what I'm saying? This guy's fighting for a major mixed martial arts organization. This guy's the real deal. He did defeat Matt Hardy, EC3. Did interfere, but, you know, he held the title all the way to October. I mean, and then he lost it to Eddie Edwards. And by the way, I did have Eddie Edwards here before the whole big total nonstop deletion thing, guys. If you haven't seen it, guys, take a look down here. Go down to, you know, go in the archives here of One Wrestling video, and you'll be able to see the nice, cool little interview. Eddie Edwards, you are the man. Really, really cool guy. And Eddie Edwards moved on to become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Now, this is my question. I'm going to ask this question to myself, but I'm also ask this question to you guys. Who's going to hold that TNA World Heavyweight title this year? I think, now I know you have multiple major players, but I really do feel, coming off of one of the biggest years in professional wrestling, and again, I do feel that Bobby Lashley should be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion again sometime in 2017, depending on his schedule. You know, the guy did win the King of the Mountain title, threw that title down. No, I'm sorry, he threw the X Division title down. They got rid of the King of the Mountain title. I mean, they brought in the Grand Championship, which that's another story. We're going to talk about that just right now. But in my opinion, I believe Broken Matt Hardy will be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Why not? Why not? He has been the most compelling figure in TNA in years. In years, man. I mean, you have to agree with that. I mean, and if you disagree, it's your opinion, but this is my opinion, guys. Broken Matt Hardy, holy freaking mackerel, has done so much. I mean, we started the year with Delete or Decay. Then we went into the final deletion. Then total nonstop deletion. And every single time, I thought that I was going to get sick and tired of seeing these movies. That's basically what they are. They're freaking movies. I thought I would get tired, but they got better and better. You know, I remember listening to other podcasts and listening to other people saying, there's no way they're going to top this. There's no way they're going to top this. And every single time they did. Now, I know tonight's TNA Impact Wrestling, I haven't watched it yet. I'm actually shooting this afternoon. The afternoon of TNA Impact. I think it's another year in review, along with a broken special. But and I guess I'll cover it over at WrestleZone.com. But listen, man, seriously, these guys just revolutionized the world of professional wrestling. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, the Rock and Roll Express absolutely stole the show. Total nonstop deletion. I mean, let's go back to Deleted Decay. Rosemary getting into the house of the Hardys, in the Hardy compound and stealing Baby Maxwell. Another big debut. 1-0's first official match. Baby Maxwell defeating Rockstar Spud at total nonstop deletion. Some people say, oh, that's so stupid. Why would you have a baby go over? It is entertainment, guys. It is entertainment. Again, I'm trying to squeeze a whole year into about 20-25 minutes. That's why I'm moving really quickly, and I can't really breathe. I can't breathe out of my nose. It's damn cold. But so much. Let's rewind again, and I'm all over the place, but it's fine. It's a year in review. You got the Grand Championship. What do you guys think of the Grand Championship? Leave your comments here below, guys. I absolutely hate the Grand Championship. There is MMA, and there is pro wrestling. There is mixed martial arts. There is UFC. There is Bellator, so on and so forth. There is TNA, WWE, two separate entities. I don't like the 3-round system. I thought if they were going to go MMA bouts, then every match should be in a steel cage. Do it. 6 sides of steel. If you're going to do Grand Championship, you're going to do it MMA style, then do it in the cage. Every single match. What do you guys think? I want to know what you guys think. But I do believe that towards the end of 2017, the TNA Grand Championship will be dissolved. It will no longer exist. I don't think it's going to last a whole calendar year. This was Billy Corgan's brainchild, ladies and gentlemen. So I do believe that TNA and Anthem Sports are going to move away from this brainchild of Billy Corgan, even though, it's different. It was totally different. Allegedly, the Grand Championship was supposed to be the new TNA title. But I would never give this thing up. I'm sorry, this thing up right here. I would never give up this TNA title. This is the most beautiful title, or one of the most beautiful titles in the world of professional wrestling. This is what a title belt's supposed to look like. Nothing against the WWE's title, but I don't think it holds a candle. I would love to know what you guys think. But, man, let's talk really quickly about some of the top performers. Now, I'm going to give you my top 4 performers. I'm going to give you my top performers, and I'm going to let you guys give them in order. Or maybe I just give them. You know what? All right, here we go. Number 5, Eli Drake. Dummy, yeah. Now, I know I've gone on and on about this guy being Stone Cold Eli Drake, but this guy has put forth great in-ring action all year. Great matches with Ethan Carter III. I mean, this guy has been unbelievable all year. And you know what? I said Broken Matt Hardy is going to be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion this year. Don't be surprised if towards the end of the year, or maybe sometimes mid-year, Eli Drake gets his hands on that TNA World title. Hey, listen, right now he has that whole thing that he can't really talk. And speaking about the world title, guys, technically right now Bobby Lashley is still fighting Eddie Edwards somewhere in North Carolina in the woods. There was no finish. It's the first time I've ever seen that. They went off. They're gone. Well, I guess in January, the first week of January, we're going to find out what happened in that match and to see if even Eddie Edwards is going to be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. I think he will be. My number 4 guy, DJZ. Zema Ion has grown leaps and bounds. Now, you're going to say, what? Are you crazy? So many different, you got Jade, you got, listen, Moose, Bennett. I mean, listen, DJZ, go back to the archives, go back to YouTube, go back to wherever you watch your Impact Wrestling, guys. DJZ has solidified the X Division title. He helped revive the title. What am I talking about? Well, if you do remember, Bobby Lashley took that title and threw it to the ground like it was a piece of garbage, you know, a la the franchise and ECW with the NWA title. This guy, again, also putting forth great match after great match. You know, they have the whole X goal thing, which I didn't think was going to go over, but, you know, it's working. So, DJZ, my man. Now, my number 3 guy, Ethan Carter III. This guy has been in every major storyline. He's held the TNA World Heavyweight title. He has been basically the man all year. And will he, EC3, be TNA World Heavyweight Champion? It's becoming a very crowded main event spotlight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the spotlight's only so big. Only so many shadows can fit in the spotlight. That made absolutely no sense, but it is what it is. My number 2 guy is Mr. Delete. The one who gave birth to Brother Nero, Vanguard 1. That's a debut, man. I should have talked about. Oh, of course, Senior Benjamin and Rebby Sky, and oh my God, so many good things that came out of TNA this year. But man, oh man, Broken Matt Hardy. Most of the stuff is behind the scenes, and most of the stuff is in ring, in front of the camera. I mean, again, when I say he helped revolutionize the world of professional wrestling, he did. It is what it is. I've never seen anything like this, guys. His character has gotten over. I mean, again, you go to WWE events, guys, and what do you see? You hear people chanting, delete, delete. When do you ever see that in a WWE event? TNA fans, TNA Impact fans chanting the TNA chants or whatever. Oh, God. Anyway. Broken Matt Hardy is my number 2. And I want you guys to leave your list. Who are your top 5 performers of TNA this year? And my number 1 is, of course, the TNA, well, may not be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And Eddie Edwards, you just missed the list, buddy. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, man, Bobby Lashley. How could you not say Bobby Lashley isn't the most important person in TNA this year? Again, Bobby Lashley started off the year World Heavyweight Champion. Bobby Lashley started off in that World Heavyweight title contender's role. He won it very early in the year and held it most of the year. On top of that, going off to Bellator, winning 2 MMA fights, coming back, becoming a part of every single major storyline, fighting foe after foe after foe, defeating everybody until he slipped up and lost it to Eddie Edwards. And I think he might win it back. I don't know, man. Listen, guys. TNA this year, I know a lot of people aren't TNA fans, but they're more than they were last year because it's a good product. TNA has been putting forth some good, fun stuff. Guys, look, TNA is not the WWE. I've said this 1,000 times. The fact is that it's just pure entertainment, and it's really good in-ring wrestling at the same time. You know, if you guys are looking for an alternative, go check out TNA, man. It's on every Thursday night on Pop TV. Listen, Pop's doing a pretty decent job. And with Anthem Sports taking over, a la the Fight Network, taking over TNA, it's a lot of money, a lot of power. And who knows where TNA can go? Who knows who they're going to sign? Hey, guys, there are a lot of major players out there. And I know the WWE is not going to be able to grab every single one of them. Hey, who knows? Maybe we see Ryback in the TNA ring this year. Who knows? Maybe Cody Rhodes comes back to TNA this year. Who knows who we're going to see? All I know is that I've become a fan of this product once again. It's been a long, long time coming. And guess who's calling me again? Yes, it's my Uncle Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to pick this up. This has been your TNA review, year in review, actually, for 2016. In the words of the legendary Bill Apter, I'll see you at the matches. But even more importantly, guys, I wanted to give a shout out to one of the biggest goodbyes of this year. Early this year, we lost Bill Schuyler. He's just a tremendous person. One of my closest friends, and Bill, 2016 has been a hell of a year. And now you don't have to worry about anything. You're up in heaven along with my dad. And we miss you. You were an integral part of this family. You were my friend when I was sick in the hospital for over a month. You called me every single day. And I love you, Bill. And I miss you. And I wish you were still here with us. No one will ever replace the show Bill Schuyler. So in the words of my friend, my brother, Bill Schuyler, guys, 2016 has been tough. But things are turning around. 2017 is looking to be pretty amazing. And for TNA Impact Wrestling, I think you guys are going to do an amazing job this year. You got a new fan. Or an old fan that became a new fan again. In the words of my buddy Bill Schuyler, you got the show on Twitter. We'll see you down the road. Love you guys. Peace. Happy New Year.